Hey guys, today I'll be showing you how you can do loan amortization, how you can build a loan amortization schedule when the loan is compounded annually. We have already looked at this compounding basis, and if you haven't watched, you can go to the previous video in this playlist and you watch our video on compounding basis. So basically today we shall be looking at how we can come up with loan amortization schedule when a loan is compounded annually. So let us make some assumption here, assuming that the loan that we borrowed is worth 50,000 US dollars and the interest rate is 6%. And then the loan period or the loan payment period is 30 years, and we have the number of payment to make. Now if a loan is compounded annually, that means we make one payment every year, and that payment we make it at the end of the 12 months. So that's why we're going to put under month 12. Then our start date, let us assume that we'll start the loan agreement starts on the 2nd of May 2022. So when we have that, we can get the number of periods, the total number of periods that it will take us to clear the loan, and we say that you come here and you say equal sign, you get the loan period in years, you multiply it with the number of payment in the year. That is what you do. So having done that, we come to the computation area and we fill up. Now we have determined how many periods we need, so that means we are going to put here from period 1 up to period 30 that we have determined from here. So the end part determines how far we shall go with the period in the computation area. Now let us fill this up to period number 30. So when you have built up your periods from period 1 up to period 30, you can now come and start filling up the details from the payment date. The payment date, we say these are the due dates for you to pay your annuity and the interest. So we said for us to get the date, we are going to say equal sign, you press on your formula bar. I just want us to see what's happening. You say date, enter. So that is your payment date for period 1. Great. Now for period 2, we say you put equal sign, repeat the same formula, date, right? Then we come to the formula bar and we say yeah. We click now the start date in period, the payment date in period 1. We close, open the bracket, month, that, and we tap the payment date in period 1. Then you add the month, but this time around we shall fix the date because we shall be adding it all through the subsequent periods. So we said we press FN F4, or you press FN for you to fix that date, the month, sorry, and then day, open bracket, you click on the payment date in period 1, and you close the bracket, and that will be it. You hit enter. That's now the payment date in period 2. Now after doing this in period 2, you have the right to autofill. So you bring your cursor to the lower bottom of your cell and you double click. Everything will be filled up to period 30, right? Good. Now we go for the beginning amount. So the beginning amount is the total loan that you borrowed, and you borrowed 50 million, which is right here, the loan amount. So equal sign, tap on the loan amount, say equal sign. PMT, we shall use the formula. PMT is annuity, so we just say equal sign, come to the formula bar, say PM equal sign PMT. The rate, we said every time you see the rate, you divide it by the number of payment per year. So our rate is 6%, but don't forget that you have to fix it. By now you should know how to fix it by pressing Fn, F4, or by pressing F4. So our rate, we divide it by the number of payment per year, and we also fix it. The reason why we fix it is because these figures will not change, they will keep constant. And then put a comma. It asks you for the number of periods, and that is the n per, right? Number of periods. So you tap on the n per. We also fix it because it will not change. And the next thing, we put comma and ask us for the present value. Remember, when you're dealing with the present value, first put a negative, and you tap on the cell that has the loan amount, that is our present value. You also fix it because it will not change, just like that. And then the next thing is closing the bracket and hit enter. Extra payment, let us assume that there is no extra payment, but if we had extra payment in, we would put them in their respective periods. So let's get now the total payment. Total payment is a summation of PMT and extra payment. So we get PMT plus extra payment. We say enter. Then the interest is what we call the IPMT. That's the formula. So you go to the, say equal sign, go to formula bar, say IPMT, open the bracket. It will ask you for the rate, and our rate is 6%. Sorry, the annual interest rate is 6%. We fix the rate because it will not change, and we divide it by the number of payment per year. We also fix that because it will not change. And then comma. The next thing is period. Now period, we come and tap period 1. We don't fix it because period will keep changing. Put comma. It asks us for the number of period, and that is the n per. We tap on n per and fix it. After that, you put comma. It asks you for the present value. You first put a negative, then you come and click the cell that has loan amount. You don't forget that you have to fix that, the loan amount. You have to fix it because it will not be changing. Then you close the bracket, hit enter. And then for the principal amount, we shall also use a formula that say equal sign. Come to the formula bar, say PPMT, open the bracket. The first thing that you have to fill up is the rate, and our rate is this one, 6%, but we fix it. And every time you have the rate, you have to divide it by the number of payment per year, and since we are compounding annually, our payment number of payment per year is 1. Great. Now the next thing is the period. So we first click period 1. We don't fix it. We say comma. It asks for the number of period, that is the n per. Sorry, click on the n per, and you fix it like that. But don't forget, you first put a negative like that, so that putting a negative helps you to get a positive value. No, we don't put it on the number of payment. We put a comma, then you put negative when it asks for the present value. That's when we put a negative first. Then you click on the loan amount and we fix it like that. Right, hope we're okay up to that point, and you hit enter. Then the ending balance, you get the beginning amount minus the principal, like that. That is your ending balance. Now the ending balance in period 1 becomes your beginning amount, so you say equal sign, you tap on the ending balance in period 1, say equal sign. Now for PMT, you just copy that formula down, come to the lower bottom of your cell, and you drag it down, you autofill it down. Extra payment, they have not given us any. In case they're given, you just punch it in the respective period. The total payment, we drag it down, it's a formula. And then the interest, we also drag it down. Drag the interest down to period 2, principal to period 2, and then we get the ending balance for period 2. So we get the beginning balance minus the principal, and hit enter. Now from this point, you just highlight the whole thing. Remember, we say highlight, not dragging. Just highlight from beginning amount up to the ending balance, and then you bring your cursor to the lower bottom of the highlight you've made from the cell that has the ending balance until you see that black sign of the cross, and you just double tap to autofill up to period 30. Now when you see this 0, that's when you confirm that you have done amortization well. This 0 is what tells you that you've done it well. So what we are left with now is just to get the total, the total interest. Now let's first fill up the PMT. PMT will not change, just say equal sign. You come to the PMT that you've calculated in period 1, or you can just repeat the formula. Say equal sign PMT. It asks you for the rate. Now the rate is right here, and your interest rate, you click it, but you make sure it is fixed. Like that, and you divide it by the number of payment in a year. You also fix that. You put comma, number of periods, that is the end per. You also fix it, then comma, present value, that is the total amount of the loan. But remember, we first put a negative, and you click on the loan amount, then we fix that. We close the bracket and we hit enter. See that you have the same amount here as the one that is here. The PMT is an annuity. It's a fixed amount that is spreaded over the useful life of a loan. Great. Now what you're left with is getting the total interest, and that's very simple. You just say equal sign sum, open the bracket, just sum up from interest in period 1. Here you highlight it up to period 0, up to period 30. You hit enter, and you go check up that your interest has been successfully recorded. You might just want to repeat that. Say sum, open bracket, from this interest in period 1 up to interest in period 30. You close that bracket, you hit enter. So that is your interest, $58,973. So that's it when you're compounding your loan annually. The only thing that is very good to remember is the number of payment that is made in that year, and then the month. The month is the period, or is the month after which you make the payments. Do you make the payment after 12 months, after 6 months, after 3 months, depending on the compounding basis that has been given to you. Great. I hope you've learned something. Until then, see you.